What's up, guys? The Water Boys are back. This is Zack.
And Ben. And today we're talking about the best team in the NBA.
The Golden State Warriors.
Wrong.
The San Antonio Spurs.
Closer, kind of, not really. We're talking about the 16-game win streak Boston Celtics today.
Love it.
Are they the best team in the NBA right now? I don't know, but they're sure playing like it.
I'm shaking my head because I don't think they're the best team.
They just beat the Warriors, but I know. They're obviously the hottest team right now in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's indisputable.
Yeah, that's definitely indisputable. I mean, after losing Gordon Hayward and then you lose the next game, you're 0-2. I would think that your team would feel pretty much defeated at that point and like really deflated. But then you go on a 16-game winning streak led by the guy who just joined your team. Like, that's insane.
They're literally defying like any logical train of thought you could have had after those first two games. They should not be doing what they're doing, but by golly, they're doing it, and they're doing it in style.
Yeah, their starting lineup is like completely different from what it was last year. Actually, they only have one returning starter, Al Horford.
Yep.
And
well, yeah, people who started last year. Yes.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown wasn't a starter last year.
Right. Neither was Marcus Smart. Well, Marcus Smart doesn't start all the games.
No.
Marcus Morris has been starting a lot since he came back from injury.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, they're playing extremely well, and they're doing it through defense.
Their defense has been insane. Like, their defense through normal metrics that you look at, like points against per game, but then also the advanced metrics, they both show them being like by far the best defensive team in the league.
According to Hollinger's defensive efficiency rating on ESPN, they're the most efficient defensive team since the 2011 and 2012 Bulls, which had like Joakim Noah, Luol Deng, Corey Brewer,
Derrick Rose.
Not like Derrick Rose wasn't a defensive savant.
I know.
That was also the second year he got injured, so he only played like 30 games that year. But anyway, a Tom Thibodeau team, great defense, obviously. And like the more shocking part is that it's been 7 or 8 years since we've seen a defensive efficiency rating this low. And defensive efficiency is points allowed per 100 possessions. And so it's affected by like pace of play, how fast you play. And so if you have less than 100 possessions per game, then your points allowed will go up slightly to round it up to 100. But if you have more than 100 possessions per game, then it'll go down slightly.
Yeah, Ben's our math dude. He likes math.
I do, but surprisingly, like I'm not huge into NBA analytics. There are certain ones that I think are useful, and they're more of the like, I don't want to say simple ones, but like I like defensive efficiency because it evens the playing field for all the teams. Whereas you have the Lakers, who are a high-paced team where they have a lot of possessions per game, and so obviously they're going to give up more points because the teams are going back and forth quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the Celtics are playing fantastic defense, and I think a lot of it has to do with their trio of wings in Marcus Morris, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, how they can all basically guard 3 or 4 positions.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, their ability, since they're all basically the same size and they all start, like, they can just switch onto anybody. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and even Al Horford is capable of switching onto some perimeter guys. So really, they can switch 2 through 5. Kyrie is obviously a little bit of a hindrance there, but usually you can hide him on an off guard, or even I've seen him guard some undersized forwards where they put Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on the guards.
Yeah, I mean, and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are showing that they're actually pretty good defenders through all this.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown is showing us that he's a good player.
Yeah, just in general, like he's an athletic freak. He can shoot it a little bit, and he can score.
Yeah, honestly, he's one of the front runners for most improved players so far. I think pretty clearly.
Yeah, he's a front runner. I don't think he'll win, but I definitely think he's a front runner.
I mean, I haven't done like an analysis of other players and who has been improved so far, but I mean, Jaylen Brown is averaging 16 points and almost 7 rebounds.
Yikes.
Whereas last year he was only averaging around 6 points and less than 3 rebounds.
It's crazy.
So that's a good improvement.
Yeah. I don't even know. It's just crazy, again, like how revamped this Celtics team is, and the fact that they've all just been able to kind of rally around the Hayward injury, and they're like, you know what, we're just going to win this year. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to play ridiculously good defense because we don't have they don't have like a ton of offensive talent other than Kyrie, really.
No, they're actually, if you go to offensive efficiency instead of defensive, they're actually below league average in offensive efficiency, but when you're only giving up 94 points a game, it doesn't really matter.
No, yeah, I mean, they'll be able to put up 100 points a game, and then those 94 points, you're sitting pretty for sure.
And the thing offensively is that when you have a weapon like Kyrie Irving, who we saw go off for 47 points last night against the Mavericks.
Ooh-wee.
He's capable of those big games, obviously. He can do anything out there offensively. And so even though the team doesn't necessarily rank well as a good offensive team, when you have a weapon like that, it almost doesn't really matter because he can go off for anything at any time.
Yeah, plus he's their closer. I mean, obviously, we've seen that in the finals before, but yeah, it's just such a luxury for them to have such a great offensive guy like that. I mean, like Isaiah Thomas is obviously, like I don't want to disrespect Isaiah Thomas, but he's not Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is like Isaiah Thomas 3.0, basically. You know, a little bit taller, better handling, better finisher inside. Maybe not as great of a shooter. Well, maybe, who knows? Whatever.
I would put him up. I think he's a better shooter. Sure, why not?
Yeah, but
we haven't seen IT play in how many months?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, who even knows what IT is anymore?
Exactly.
So that right now, it looks like the Celtics are definitely winning that trade.
I would say. I think we still need to see where that Brooklyn pick is going to land, but it's not looking to be the top 3 pick that it has been in the past.
Yeah. That trade is definitely starting to look a lot better for the Celtics. I was not sold at first, but now that IT hasn't played in a while, it's starting to look better and better.
I was telling you were hating on the Celtics for that trade earlier, but I'm like, chill.
I know.
I thought it was a win-win. I still think it might be a win-win, but right now, the Celtics are clearly winning the trade.
Yeah, right now. I just wasn't a big believer in that trade just because I thought Danny Ainge just gave up like his entire life for it because Danny Ainge was like, you know what? I'm tired of people telling me that I can't make a trade. I'm going to prove them wrong. See you later, IT. See you later, Jay Crowder. I'm just going to get rid of the whole team.
I don't know. Danny Ainge might be proven to be a little smarter than we all thought with Jaylen Brown panning out this year and Jason Tatum looking like a bona fide stud so far this year.
Yeah, being able to build your team around Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, that's going to be a luxury and a half, to say the least.
Yeah. So I think you mentioned a little earlier in this video, or it might have been the other video. So you still have the Cavs, though, reaching the NBA Finals from the East?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, I cannot bet against LeBron. Like, are you kidding?
I understand what you're saying. I do. But I just... With a 16-game win streak right now and how good they're playing,
I really don't care. They could break the record for most wins in the season. I'm still going to bet on the Cavs. Every time.
That seems a little insane to me. But
I'm going on previous experience, man. LeBron has reached seven straight finals, right? 7 straight? Yeah. So I'm going to bet on that 8th final until he proves me wrong. Every time. I don't even care what seed they are.
Well, obviously, you're going to bet on it until he proves you wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I get the argument, but I just think that's if that's your only reasoning, then I can't go with it. The Cavs are looking better, but IT is a question mark when he comes back. Their biggest problem right now is defense, and obviously IT is not going to solve that.
No.
And my thing with the Celtics, too, is that they still have the pieces to go out and get another big name if they want at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I'm not sure how those salaries will work out.
They have the $8 million exception with Gordon Hayward.
I know, but still, I mean that only adds $8 million.
Zach, I showed you that trade for DeMarcus Cousins earlier, and they didn't even need to give up Al Horford.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want.
No, I mean, that's fine. It's just
that was without the $8 million exception too.
Yeah, just something tells me that Danny Ainge isn't going to want to get rid of Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, and that's definitely going to be needed.
It's going to be hard. You probably need to get rid of one of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can secure a shot at the championship right now, I don't see why you wouldn't do it.
Oh yeah.
But knowing Danny Ainge's track record, I think you're right. You're probably right that he's not going to be willing to part with either Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I mean, which one would you rather give up? Would you rather give up Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown, easy.
I agree. Although Jaylen Brown is having a really good year, I would still much rather have Jason Tatum. He's just so much more naturally gifted at scoring. I would just people just would die for his offensive skill set.
I agree. And I love his rebounding for his size.
Oh yeah.
He jumps super high to get. He's good at pursuing rebounds.
Yeah.
From a small forward spot. He can even play an undersized 4 sometimes because of that rebounding ability. But yeah, I think if you can put a package including Jaylen Brown to get either Boogie Cousins, Anthony Davis, maybe a Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, they definitely need some more rebounding. So I think an Anthony Davis or Boogie Cousins would that would be insane.
I think a big man is clearly what they should go after. Unless you can swap Jaylen Brown for a better shooting guard, but I still think I would go with a big man.
I would too. Yeah.
But right now I'm picking the Celtics to come out of the East. I want them to come out of the East, other than the Pistons, of course, but that's not going to happen. So I want the Celtics to come out of the East. I like the way they're playing. Get a little bit of LeBron's end. It might be time for his run to come to an end.
Dude, I don't know. I don't see it. Once Isaiah Thomas comes back, I think it's going to be the Cavaliers kind of running the East again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see who looks dumb in this video too, I guess.
Yeah. All right. I think last thing we're going to do is how long is this streak going to last?
Oh, boy.
We're going to go through the schedule and say win or lose. So, at Miami.
Win.
Home against Orlando.
Win.
At Indiana. Win.
Loss.
Really?
It's going to fall off against Indiana.
No, I have them beating Indiana. Home against Detroit. Win. Home against Philadelphia. I think that's might be where it ends.
Really?
Yeah. So that would put it at 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more games, so 20 games.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say 20 games.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose to the Pacers just because they're an okay team and it's on the road. Dude, the Celtics, they've got to lose eventually. So this is kind of a shot in the dark here,
I mean, you're right.
I just on the road against an okay team.
That's true. It is a road game.
Yeah.
If they survive that Indiana game though, they have 5 home games in a row.
Yeah. Then who knows when they're going to lose next.
Yeah, so it's going to be exciting. I'm going to be rooting for them. I like what they're doing over there in Boston.
Absolutely, man. It's hard not to root for Mass Kyrie.
For sure, dude. Mass Kyrie. Kyrie, you're my boy, dude.
Love you, man.
All right. That'll wrap up this video. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, all in the description below.
These are the water boys.
Stay hydrated out there.